In more ways than one, the world is, in a sense, on fire. From Russia's invasion of Ukraine, high inflation, high fuel prices, and the pandemic still has not ended yet. All of this has negatively impacted many stock markets around the world. But amidst all this uncertainty, the Indonesian Composite Index is actually breaking record highs. So why and how is this happening? Metro Globe's Krishna has more.
Russia's invasion of Ukraine is still ongoing. High inflation, tightening of monetary policies, and the still ongoing pandemic. These are all among the factors that are still causing uncertainties in markets around the world. In the US, the Dow Jones Index is down by 6% on a year-to-date basis. In Hong Kong, the Hang Seng Index is down by 5% since the start of the year. But in Indonesia, the Indonesian Composite Index has continued to increase and is now up 6.58% on a year-to-date basis. In fact, the IDX has broken record-level highs 17 times since the start of the year. So why is the Indonesian Composite Index so bullish amid ongoing global uncertainties? Well, I talked to the CEO and founder of financial trading and research company Astronaci International, Dr. Gemma Guyardi, who said that high global uncertainties is actually attracting foreign investors into Indonesia who see Indonesia's stock market as a safe haven. Indonesian stocks are also cheaper for foreign investors and hence more profitable as well.
On the other hand, we believe that our market is the haven for any other fund manager, like worldwide fund manager. They really like Indonesia because it's so volatile, and some great stocks with the low valuation, they still trade it in very low price comparing to like US stocks with this currency, right? They will need more money to buy per shares. But in Indonesia, because we're so low, I mean, like 14,000, I think 14,300, 14,500 per dollars is very cheap for them to buy our great stocks. Our best stocks here is traded at a very low price. So by having said that, I believe that people will look into Indonesian stocks because it can give them at least 20 to 30% a year from all the big cap stocks that lead the market. In this case, it should be banking or commodity that directly affected by the macro or the political issue like Ukraine and Russia.
Just to reaffirm, foreign investment into the Indonesian stock market, is this what is pushing up the Indonesian stock index to go to record-breaking highs? Is this because of foreign investment? Is it having a big influence on it?
Yeah, I guess 60% of, at least 60% minimum for the contributor of the all-time high in Jakarta Composite Index is still the foreign investment, okay? The fund managers, the traders, or long-term investors who come to Indonesia, it drives the market. On the other hand, the domestic power is still good, basically, but it's not as high as January to April 2021, which is we know that a lot of people, like all the young people, young investors in Indonesia start to put their money into Indonesia Stock Exchange, and we got a 20 trillion rupiah per day as transaction in January 2021. It shows that the domestic power is really good. But we know that recently we got the financial market scam and fraud, and I believe that will have a huge impact comparing to the other situation. It's like maybe we're talking about the war, right? The wars may not be that dangerous reason for our transaction here, but this financial fraud will really affect our stocks market.
Indeed, it does seem that Russia's invasion of Ukraine is not having a big negative impact on Indonesia's stock market, considering that the IDX has broken record highs 11 times since the start of Russia's invasion to Ukraine. Another factor that should have negatively impacted the Indonesian stock market and economy is the U.S. central bank, the Fed's move to raise interest rates and taper off bond purchases. Usually, this leads to capital outflow from emerging markets like Indonesia. But alas, the opposite is happening.
The Fed is tapering off. They're also hiking interest rates. Interest rates in the
They have
US.
to do it because the
Right.
inflation is so high. Yeah, they have to do it. There's no other way.
Usually when this happens, there is capital outflow from emerging markets like Indonesia. But as we can see, there is now actually capital inflow
Of course,
into
yeah.
Indonesia. So why? Just explain to us, why is this happening? What's so different from previous
Like
instances?
I said, our economic is pretty well. The political is stable, and then economic growth is good. On the other hand, if you're talking about the foreign direct investment, whether it's going to the market, the real sector, or going to the paper investment like stocks market, both is very stable, okay? And then they can get at least 20% a year from the stocks market. So why don't they just put more money in our market? They can put their money into the fixed income market, like buying our bonds, or the stocks market is pretty much the same. We're also looking at the country risk is not that high. It's totally different comparing to maybe 6 or 10 years before. But now everybody knows that Indonesia is pretty stable and getting better and better.
Right, Indonesia is stable and it's getting better and better, as you said.
And especially it offers higher gain than other countries in Southeast Asia.
Okay, compared to Singapore?
Oh yeah, yeah. For the stocks market, we can aim like Jakarta Composite Index is pretty good, moving in a bullish trend. If you see the straight time index is pretty much sideways all the time, right? And then the volatility is pretty low and not much liquidity there. But Indonesia, you can see one stocks could be get like auto reject every single day. You will see one stocks get auto reject, like hit all the bottom limit, and the other stocks hit all the top limits with a very high range and a huge volume. That's why a lot of people will love to trade or to invest in Indonesian market, especially some stock that has very great fundamental valuation and that they're still traded at low valuation, low PE.
Right, so the relatively cheaper price of Indonesian stocks, its volatility, and high profit potential is all attracting foreign investors into Indonesia, helping it reach all-time record highs, especially amidst global uncertainties. So amidst all these positives,
what strategies should investors be taking right now? What is the best strategy?
Yeah, that's what I really like. So as you know, before the end of May, I don't think that there will be a huge correction or huge dip in our market. And you can see a buy on weakness strategy on the big stocks. So if you're looking to Jakarta Composite Index, you will see as a target price, the 7,300 will be great for you. As long as the price is not going down below 6,700, it will be a great moment to buy. So whenever you see any significant dip or major short-term crash to bring down the Jakarta Composite Index down to 6,008 to 6,700, that's a great opportunity for you to buy back the stocks. That's the thing.
Okay. And how about in terms of a long-term, short-term? What is the best strategy right now? Is it better to keep for the long term, or?
Yeah, I guess for the long term is still great. You can buy like banking stocks and keep it for at least 1 to 1.5 years. But I prefer to do a swing trading. I mean, you stay with the one stocks, but you don't hold it forever, because we know that somehow the corrections could be like 10 to 15%. Why we should have to hold that position? You will buy now, get it 15%, you take profit, and then when it go down, then you will buy back again. I think that will be more beneficial for you.
So it's good times in the Indonesian stock market with continuous record-breaking highs, but how high can it really go this year?
Do you think that the Indonesian Composite Index can reach 7,300 anytime soon? When do you think this will happen?
That's a lovely question. I personally, I don't really know what exact date, but if I make the prediction on this, based on the geometry that I made, it should be before the end of second week of June. At least it will touch 7,200, and the ceiling, the top will be 7,400, because that's the range. 200 points range, 7,200 to 7,400, that will be the target price for Jakarta Composite Index.
All right, and how about until the end of the year? How high can the IDX go up this year in your projection?
Yeah, this is a challenging, because when I calculate this, I only see 7,300, but you know what? I think the 7,006 to 7,700 could be done. This is just like last year, I think early 2021. People will start asking me how high that the Jakarta Composite Index can go, and I say that it could be 7,300. Nobody believed in that, but now you see it's even almost hit that price. So having the confidence, we can see that 7,700, that will be fair enough for us to see the Jakarta Composite Index will hit that level next year.
All right. So everything seems to be quite optimistic in Indonesia's economy.
Hopefully, without optimistic, we cannot go forward, right?
Without optimism, we cannot go forward. And hopefully it'll go even higher. Like you said, projecting maybe 7,600, 7,700 this year. Seems very good.
Yeah.